Right, I'm going to give you some basic bizarre laws from around the world. These are actually, I've been studying these and I've been checking them out, and actually some of them are really funny. I'm sorry, but they are really funny. Did you know, number 11, we're going to go to number 11, and this is Paris in France. Did you know it was illegal for women to wear pants in public without special approval by the police? Yes, that is the truth. This was brought into law by, I think it was 1799, and it was officially dropped. The French government has evoked this to 114-year-old law back in 2013. It took them all that time to evoke the law of women not wearing pants. Viva France, eh? Number 10. Oklahoma in the USA. Did you know it is illegal to make funny faces at a dog? Yes, funny faces at a dog. You could be fined, arrested, and even jailed for making ugly faces to a dog. Number 9. Saudi Arabia. Did you know that women were not allowed to drive a car, or still are not allowed to drive a car, I believe, and also to vote? Obviously, certain countries have strange and new unorthodox rules, and I'm totally against that, I'm being honest. I think women can drive just as equal as men. Actually, I think women are better drivers than men, because most men are hot-headed. Right, number 8. Minnesota. Did you know it is illegal to hang male and female undergarments together on the washing line? On the same washing line. It is illegal. But what happens if you're like a cross-dresser? What happens if you're a cross-dresser and you use both like male and female? How are they going to do? I mean, if you've got one person living in the house and that individual is a cross-dresser and they're wearing male and female and they put the same underwear, how are they going to determine that? I mean, that'll be a strange one to try and solve, isn't it? Well. Nick us. Right, moving on to number 7. The Philippines and the Vatican. Yes, did you know it is illegal? Divorce is illegal. You cannot get divorced in the Philippines or the Vatican. Right, moving on to number 6. Japan. Kamishiwa. Well, here's something you didn't know. Did you know in Japan it is illegal to be overweight? Did you know that? Every man and woman over the age of 40 must meet a waistline of 32 to 36 inches across the waist. That counts Maitland, doesn't it? However, this rule does not apply to sumo wrestlers. So the normal population are given restrictions about their waistline, except it's okay for big men to walk around with big nappies on. Well, there you go. What can you say about that? Right, moving swiftly on to number 5. Denmark. Now, there are 2 to this, so it's 5 and 4, okay? Number 5, Denmark. Don't pay unless you're full. Did you know that if you go to a restaurant in Denmark and you sit down and you have a 3-course meal, and at the end of that meal, if you're not satisfied, for example, if you're not full, and you obviously you have to make it aware that you're not full, you're not obliged to pay. Yeah, seriously, you're not obliged to pay. You can just get up and walk away. Do that in Newcastle, you'll probably get arrested. Yeah, you can just simply leave without paying. That's what it says. Right, sticking with Denmark, this is number 4. Did you know it is illegal to start your car or even pull it away from anywhere you are without first making sure there are no children asleep underneath? Well, children asleep under a car. Have you seen some of the sides of the cars? I mean, the children would have to be about 6 months or something to get underneath there. I mean, who's liable? The person who's driving the car or the adult for letting the child wander off and sleep under a car in the first place? But then again, I could be homeless, couldn't I suppose? Right, number 3. Number 3 is in good old London. Yes, did you know you don't die in Parliament because it's the law? It was recently removed from the rule book, but it was ruled back then on the grounds that the building counted as a royal palace. It was said that anyone who died there were entitled to a state funeral. So if you look sick, they would quickly basically carry you away, because obviously they don't want you dying in Parliament. But then again, if you say some of these Parliament programmes on the television, half of these MPs are asleep in the background, aren't they? You don't know whether or not they're asleep or whether or not they're dead. Right, moving on to number 2, Utah and good old America again. Right, ban on marriages between first cousins. It is illegal to basically marry your cousins unless you're both over the age of 65. Right, and finally, number 1. Now this is the really good one. Singapore. Chewing gum is illegal in Singapore. It has been illegal since 1992. Anyone caught will go to prison. It is also illegal to import chewing gum. Did you know that? However, only nicotine gum is allowed, but only if prescribed by a doctor. You face prison and also a $500 fine to help towards cleaning the city of such substance. So, I mean, it sounds crazy in Singapore, but I tell you what, they've got a good idea there, like, you know what I mean? It's so common as well, though, isn't it? You know? Well, there you go. 11 bizarre laws around the world. Brought to you by me. Yes, me.